What's going on, world? It's the morning, and I'm up, I'm ready, I'm dressed, fresh-faced, all of that. We about to go find some breakfast. I heard about a place called Biscuit Love I'm going to check out, so we'll go take a look at that, have something to eat. I got a couple hours till I got to be working, and we're going to have a good day. So the Biscuit Love move was a fail. It's raining outside. I didn't feel like walking 15 minutes in the rain just to get a biscuit, so came to the restaurant inside the hotel. It's called Kitchen Notes. Had their vegetable omelet biscuit. It was pretty good. I didn't think I wanted to see me eating. It's not a pretty sight. But still got some time till I gotta be at work. So I wanted to just give y'all some quick tips and give you like my 5 rules for success as a freelancer. And I mean, you may have heard some variation of this on other YouTubes or blogs or whatever, but this is just my perspective, my outlook, and these are kind of the rules that I follow in my day-to-day, which have enabled me to be independent for the last 6 years. So, rule number 1 is never get comfortable. Tomorrow's not promised, anything can happen, and you got to think about the world of business like the ocean. And as a freelancer, you're a shark. You can't ever stop moving, because the second you stop moving, you're dead in the water. So when I say never get comfortable, I mean never think that the clients that you have now are the clients that you're always gonna have. Anything can happen. They can have a bad year, you could have a bad year, you could get sick. So you gotta always be prepared for change. And that means always looking for new clients, always keeping in touch with your old clients to try to get that repeat business, and looking for the trends in your industry just to make sure that you're always on your toes and prepared. And rule number 2 is never stop learning, because your worth is what you know and how skilled you are. And there's always somebody out there, somebody younger, somebody older, who knows more than you, or who is learning the latest techniques, or the latest trends, or the latest technology. And I guess that kind of goes hand in hand with the never get comfortable. So if you're in an industry that offers training classes, certifications, things like that, or conferences where you can take sessions that add to your knowledge, you need to be doing that, because the more that you know, the more valuable you are. And that means you can charge more money, which means you don't have to work as much, which means you got more time to just live your life. So never stop learning, always keep growing, and just keep adding to your knowledge, because that's going to make you stronger and more valuable to all of your clients. Rule number 3 is keep track of your money. And I don't just mean save as much as you can, although you need to save as much as you can. I mean actually keep track of how much you are making, where you're making it, and I suggest using some type of software that can help you keep track of that. I personally use an app called Hours Tracker. It's available for Android and iPhone, and what it lets you do is it lets you put in different clients with different pay rates, and when you're working for these people, you clock in and you clock out in the app like it's a job, and it just lets you keep track of your totals, and you can print up or look on the website and view reports, just seeing how many hours you've worked versus the money you're making, versus this year versus last year, this month versus last month, this week versus last week, or even day to day. And especially early in my career, I wasn't keeping track of my money. I really didn't know how much I was making. I was making enough to live, but I had no idea how much was coming in and versus what my expenses were. And as soon as I started keeping track of my money and I could visually see what I was doing, it kind of gave me some encouragement. One, like, I knew if I was making this much money, that guys who were more skilled than me and more knowledgeable than me had to be making more money than that, and that gave me an incentive to try to go out there and get that money. Number 2, it kind of let me see which companies were using me the most, and so I tried to put more effort towards booking work with those companies. This gives you a basis on making some of those financial decisions that are really important as a freelancer, especially when it comes to what you're earning and helping to grow your business. QuickBooks is another good software, especially they have a QuickBooks Self-Employed, which lets you keep track of all your expenses and can help you out with handling your taxes, because taxes can be really complicated as a freelancer. You might want to get yourself an accountant. I did, because one year I went to do my taxes, and the way I did them, it said that I owed the government like $5,000 or $3,000 or something, and I went to an accountant. She went through with the exact same information that I had and came back saying that I was owed like $5,000 back in taxes. Get yourself an accountant. You need some help. Rule number 4, it might sound really simple, but it's very important. Don't be a dick. Like, your reputation is everything in whatever business you are, and your last transaction, your last interaction is all that people are going to remember. So just be cordial to people. Even if you don't like them, you got to represent yourself well. You are your business. You're the face of your brand. So if you don't leave a good impression, that just might mean you don't have any more work from that client or other clients. And I'm speaking for personal experience. I'm not a people person. I'm not the greatest communicator in the world. And there have been some times where I thought I was acting normal, acting cordial, and kind of came off like a dick. And this led to me either not being able to work with somebody again, or being dismissed from a project, or just, you know, having people talking behind your back about you. So you got to be careful and remember that the way you perceive yourself isn't necessarily the way that other people perceive you. So just keep on your toes, watch what you say, watch what you do, watch how you act on social media, because people look at all of that stuff, man. And like I said, that last impression is everything. Just be aware, man. People talk and word travels. Number 5, and this is really, really important, especially when you're trying to level up in the world of freelancing, learn when to say no. Because there are going to be projects that you get offered, there are going to be opportunities that you get offered where people try to lowball you, or the second the opportunity walks in the door, you kind of get a bad taste in your mouth. Trust your instincts. Learn when to say no. I know it's tempting, especially when you're first starting out, to just take everything that's offered to you. And I'm not going to tell you not to take as much work as you can take, but you've got to know yourself. You got to know your strengths. You got to know your weaknesses. You got to know what you're willing to put up with, and you have to learn to say no. And trust me, people will respect you for being able to say no, because it shows that you've got limits, it shows that you've got rules, and it shows you really take things into consideration. Because the person who says yes to everything, sometimes that's not the best person to have on a project. I like people who know when to say no, because it shows that they're thinking about what they're doing. And also the important part of learning when to say no is knowing your value. Because if you take any amount of money that's walking in the door, especially when it's lower amounts of money, not only could it be hurting yourself, because people will know that they can get you for whatever amount of money, but also it could be hurting the market. Learn when to say no. It's really important. And it's also a psychology to the game, because when you start saying no to lower paying gigs and really sticking to your guns about getting higher price gigs, you get better clients, you get better work, you get more of the work that you actually want to do. Know what's good for you. And if a situation comes up that your gut is telling you is not good for you, say no. There's always more work, there's always more clients, there's always more opportunities. You just got to get out there and look for it, man. So I've been speaking for way too long. I'm going to head back to my room, try to get ready for this round of business today, and talk to y'all later. What's going on, y'all? So I told y'all earlier today that I would try to give y'all a little behind the scenes, and it's been a long day. I worked 12 hours, and this is probably one of the only opportunities I'd get to show y'all the kind of setup that I work in. So this right here is my workstation for this show, and we got a lot going on, as you can see. So over here it's really hard to see because I ain't got no light over here, but that's a rack with a piece of equipment called an S3 in it. It's a video controller that lets me route multiple video signals to multiple places at the same time. Probably runs in the $50,000 price range, but for this industry, that's pretty common. There's some laptops right over there. Then we got my multi-view over here where I can see what's going on with the S3 that I just told y'all about. So on the multi-view, I see multiple video sources and where they're going and all that. That's a Surface Pro right there, right in front of the screen. I use that as a secondary control for the S3. This right here is the controller. Let me see if I can get that in focus. There we go. This right here is the controller for the S3. It's called the EC30. I don't know how much this one is. It just came out. It's like the little brother of the other two controllers in the product line, but y'all probably don't really care about that. And this is my personal laptop, which I use on most of the shows that I do because I like having control of a lot of the equipment and programming a lot of the equipment with my own laptop because it's set up just the way I like it. Now these MacBooks over here, the MacBooks are usually used to run a program called Playback Pro, which is just what it sounds like. It's a video playback program that's pretty common in the audiovisual industry. And we're trying to change focus here. Bear with me. I'm doing this on the fly. And let me stand up. So let me get it in focus. So this is the ballroom that I'm working in. Not a whole lot going on this one. Just two big screens, some little speakers. Well, little for our world. Little speakers, and then the audio engineer works over here. That's his mixer. It's covered up right now, but that's his mixer. The project manager or the technical director, the person who controls the show and everything that happens, is sitting down there. He's got a copy of this screen in front of him so that he can know what's going to be going on with the visuals. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is a fairly small meeting compared to some of the other ones that I've done. I mean, some of these corporate meetings, man, they fill up arenas. So I mean, personally, I do more of the small to medium format shows. I've done a few of the bigger shows, but you know, I'm still building my reputation in this industry. And you know, with time, with a better reputation, and with people having more confidence in your skill set, comes the bigger gigs. So I got some work to do. I ain't mad at it. It's just what it is. But yeah, that's a quick peek behind the scenes, a little bit of the freelance life. Got all this tech, and you know, it's just a day in the life, man. This is what I do. Thanks for listening, y'all.